baddies and my bad boys, it's your girl Ming, but y'all already knew that. Today I'm coming back to you guys with episode 3 of the Baddies Girl Talk series. Today we'll be covering dating in 2023, y'all. This is gonna be good, y'all, period. So yeah, y'all, make sure you like this video, comment, and subscribe, and we're gonna get right into today's episode, period. Okay, baddies, so if y'all see me, once again, like I tell y'all in my other videos, if y'all see me looking down, that's because I have my phone. I like to kind of put points on my phone so I can kind of cover them with y'all. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, baddies, so the first point is date somebody that matches your fly. You definitely want to make sure that you're dating somebody that is on the same level of you or higher, and they have goals and ambitions just as you do. You don't want to be a boss ass bitch and you dating a freeloader. Sis, that's not what it's giving. So you want to date somebody that's on your level or higher. If you own a business, you want to date somebody that's supporting your business, investing in your business, or have a business of their own, and y'all just getting this money together. And that's all, period. Like, because guess what, y'all? If you date somebody that's out of your league, or somebody that's not trying to do something with themselves, they're going to do what? Bring you down, sis. And we don't need that. So, like I said, y'all definitely want to date somebody that matches your fly. If you somebody that likes to dress and you like to step out and put that shit on, you want somebody in your world that does the same thing, that steps out and puts that shit on, period. The next point is stay away from people who are not adding to your table. Once again, if you're dealing with somebody and it's giving freeloader, it ain't nothing to cut that nigga off, period. K Camp said it the best, y'all. Cut that man off, because guess what? He's going to turn into a freeloader to you, and he's going to be asking you for money. He's going to be asking you to do stuff. He going to be asking you to drive your car. Like, no, ma'am. And y'all know men are slick. You might look up, that man might be driving another bitch around in your car. So you definitely don't want that around you. You want somebody that adds to your table and doesn't take away from it. You want somebody that's buying the tablecloth for your table, metaphorically and physically. You want somebody that's buying the cups, the plates, the drinks, the food, all of that stuff. You want them to do what? Add to your table instead of taking away from it. And period. The next point I have for you guys is your partner has to add to your table. I already covered that pretty much. Like I said, you want somebody to add to your table and not take away from it. And that's it. That's all. The very next point is guys only want one thing. Most guys just want to take you down, and you got to let them know. Well, I would say be intentional. If that's what you want to, let them know. But if you want to be more than just a good time girl, you need to let them know. Set those boundaries and be like, look, shorty, I want something serious. So if you don't want nothing serious, you need to just get out my face at this point, because I'm wasting my time and yours, period. Next point I have for you guys is guys want their cake and eat it too. Yes, they do. Guys are very greedy by nature. It's just who they are. They might say they love you, and they might have a girl on the side that they texting or call or whatever. They might be dealing with somebody at their job. You never know. And you think you're the only one, and you all in love and stuff, and then you find out, or they just have it set up to where they just smooth criminals with it, and then at some point you find out you ain't been the only one. Like, make it make sense. It's not gonna make sense. It's not. All right, y'all. So the very next point I have for y'all is people are okay with being casual. And when I say casual, meaning like casually sleeping around, well, sleeping together, hanging out, the person spends money on the other person, just not going anywhere with what y'all doing. They're very okay with the situationships. That's my friend. That's my friend. Girl, that shit gets tired out. Like, especially if it's one person in the mix that wants something more serious. That friend word ain't gonna be too cool. You ain't gonna be too cool with that friend word for too long. You gonna want something else. Whole time, dude just want to be situational, but you want to be serious. Like, nah. I'm not okay with that casual-ish. You feel me? If you can't give me what I want, get the fuck on. Period. Okay, guys. So the very next point I have for you guys is double standards. Y'all, double standards is something else. A man can sleep around on a female all day. Have hoes, y'all. They're calling the woman phone and all that. But let a woman sleep around on a man. They're gonna get the 3rd degree. Well, you cheated on me. Sir, you've been cheating on me for 5 whole years. So what are you saying? Like, it's okay for you to do it. Like Moneybag say, it's cool for you to do it, but for me to do it, it's a problem. Like, what? Nah, it's a problem on both ends, my nigga. If you don't do it, I don't have to do it either. Double standards, y'all. And that's just that on that. Okay, y'all, so the very next point is, if you see red flags, let that person go. A lot of times we see the red flags and this is what we do. We ignore them. But y'all, when y'all see the red flags, let that nigga go. Let that girl go. Because guess what? Those red flags are going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And by the time you are ready to let go, it's going to be hard to do that because you're so attached. You're so in love. And detachment is a motherfucker. Like, period. So if you see them red flags, let that person go, honey. Like, if that person is if you're always spending money, 9 times out of 10, that person is broke. If you're having to check that man's phone or whatever the case, 9 times out of 10, that nigga cheating on you, vice versa. Like, if you're having to question your lady, 9 times out of 10, she doing some shit on the side. So yeah, y'all, like I said, if y'all see the red flags, let the person go. So the very next point I have for you guys is, women expect men to pay for everything. Sis, it's okay to spoil a man. No bullshit. Like, in this day and time, women are always expecting men to pay for everything. Sometimes it's the other way around. Like, you got scrubs, they really do exist. And then you got, you know, women that oh, a man need to fly me out. A nigga need to pay for my meal and do that. That's cool. But I also feel like you can spoil your mans, or you can take your mans on a date, or if y'all trying to get to know each other, it's nothing wrong with you giving money to a man. Period. Because it's going to give off gold digger anyway. And you got some women that self-proclaim with it. They be like, oh girl, I'm a gold digger. Y'all, I was watching this show. It was the Ricky Lake show. Old as dirt. But it was a segment on gold diggers. And these women were proud to say that they were gold diggers. And they was getting apartments out these men. Cars. All kinds of stuff. And they was self-proclaimed with it. They didn't give a fuck. But that's them. But it's nothing wrong with spoiling a person that you're dealing with. Especially somebody that you together with. Your husband, your boyfriend, yada yada. Yeah. Alright, y'all. So the very next point I have is 50-50. 50-50. What that mean? It means that if your man is giving you 50%, give your man back 50%. It's going to be times where it's 70-30, it's 60-40, it's 20-70, 80, whatever the math is with that. But it's going to be times where your man is going to have your back, and there's going to be times where you have your man's back, vice versa. And there's nothing wrong with that. Y'all a team, right? So 50-50, like, period. Okay, so my next point I have is teamwork makes the dream work. Self-explanatory. If y'all work as a team, y'all relationship gonna be fire. Even when y'all have hiccups, meaning arguments. I call arguments or anything negative in a relationship hiccups. Y'all, if y'all work together as a team, the dream will work. And that's just that on that, period. Alright, so the next point is, people make time for what they want to make time for. Y'all, this is a lane for excuses. A lot of times, people, they be like, oh, we should hang out, and then the day comes and y'all don't hang out, and it's like 1,000 excuses. Or if you might say, hey, I need some loving, or I want some time with you, you know what I'm saying, some quality time. That's my love language, by the way, one of them. And your man's like, oh, I gotta work tonight, or I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I got my kids, da da da. It's always excuses. I'm not saying ditch your kids or whatever, but like, if it's just like an ongoing thing, it's like, dude, like, you gotta, you know what I'm saying? You can't text me, but you on social media liking my pictures and shit. Like, you gotta make time for me. And that's another thing in relationships or dating or whatever. You have to make time for that person. Because like I told y'all in episode 2, Friends in 2023, you have to make time for people. You have to spend time with people, get to know them, connect with them, all that good stuff. And the same thing applies with dating in 2023. You got to spend time with people. You got to learn their love languages and things like that. Because if you don't get to know these people, you're not going to know who you're dating. Down the line, 2 years later, you're going to find some shit out. And you can be like, I didn't know that. Now you do. But you would have known it if you took the time to get to know them. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so the very next point I have for y'all is priority. And I say that and I put explanation points right there. Because if you're dealing with somebody and you're trying to get somebody attention, you want to make them a priority, because a lot of times men don't prioritize women and women do not prioritize men, and that's why cheating comes into play, or that's why people tend to have hoes, as they will call it, as society calls it. They be having hoes because they're missing something. They're trying to fill that void because they're not prioritized. That wife that they love is not prioritizing them, or they're not giving them loving, so they're going to get their love from somewhere else. They're not cooking, they're not dropping, they're not pushing P, if y'all know what I mean, so they getting that P from somewhere else. Vice versa, the man is not manning, so shorty going to find her a man that's going to man somewhere else. And that's just the harsh truth, y'all. That's just how it be. Alright, so my next point is excuses are for the birds. Fly off with them excuses. I don't want to hear it. Like, and I'm going to tell y'all this. The same way that you bag that man or you cuff that girl, it's a lot of other birds in the sky. It's a lot of other fishes in the sea. So, if your man's, you've been with him for 2 years and he making excuses, guess what? If you get tired of it, it's another fish in the sea. Like, my motto is go where it's given. So if it's not given where you at, sis or bro, you need to go where it's given. And that's just that on that. Because guess what? Excuses are for the birds. Period. Also, too, y'all, a lot of somebody else ain't gonna have to do no talking. They're just gonna naturally give you what you want. Trust me, I know this firsthand. I stopped talking, y'all, because I wanted a relationship or whatever the case, and people was just not giving. So I went where it was given. You feel me? And the person, like, they just gave me what I wanted. So it's like, I stopped talking. What I need to talk for? I don't. Period. Alright, you guys. So my very last points for you guys is communication and honesty. Like I said in the previous clip, 2.5 seconds to send a call or text somebody. To call somebody or send them a text. And like I said, communication is key. Let's just say you're supposed to meet your husband or boyfriend, or you're supposed to go on a date and you're going to be late or you can't make it. You simply communicate and tell them, listen, I know I was supposed to meet up with you today, but however I can't, blah, blah, blah. Like, communication can take you a long way. If you don't tell people what's going on, it's going to be an issue. All kinds of stuff can happen just because you didn't communicate. And the same thing with honesty. If you don't be honest with yourselves first and then them, it's going to be a whole shit show. Like, that's why a lot of people be in arguments, because niggas do stuff. They cheat and they do dumb shit. And then instead of them just saying, oh, let me just be real, they want to lie. Like, sir, I was watching this movie, right? And it was some red panties in a couple's pamper, in their hamper or whatever. And the wife was like, yo, what's up with these panties? And the guy's like, oh, I bought you those. And the girl knew it was a lie. She knew it was a lie. So instead of him being honest and saying, hey, I slept with your best friend and she probably put them in the pamper or the hamper to get back at me or whatever. I don't know. But the point I'm trying to make is, y'all, be honest. Because I'm pretty sure your partner will rather for you to tell them the truth and they be hurt than for you to lie to them. And then, number one, you're having to tell them 200 lies to cover that one lie that you already told. And then by the time you finish telling them 200 lies, the trust is broken, yo. They don't trust you. They don't want to look at you. They're probably going to tell you to get the hell out their house or whatever the case. Or just leave. Like, anything. And all of this could have been avoided because of what? Communication and honesty, y'all. That's it. So, y'all, that's all I have for you guys in episode 3 of Dating in 2023. If y'all like this episode and this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Always remember you're beautiful, and y'all know I'm going to do it. What are we doing, y'all? What are we doing? What are we doing, y'all? We're living, thriving, and growing over here, babies. I will see you baddies and bad boys in my very next video. Peace and love.